House Bill 885. Chair recognizes Representative Peak to present the bill. Representative Peak.
Here to present to you House Bill 885, Haley's HOPE Act. We need access to this medical cannabis for Georgia families. That's the reason for HB 885. We as a chamber are committed to finding solutions for Georgia families, not putting up further obstacles to block their path. I bring before you, for the last time, a shot at giving hope to families here in Georgia. Folks, this would provide parents or an individual who has obtained cannabidiol oil legally in another state with protection from arrest and prosecution for possession while in Georgia. To my colleagues in the Senate, if they can hear me, I beg you to have compassion and courage to do what this body has already done twice and vote for this bill, hope for these families. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the way.
With the number of people affected by epilepsy in Georgia, the state's representatives are well aware of the situation families are facing, and many of them are willing to talk about why they support the legislation.
I'm David Ralston. I'm the Speaker of the House here in the state of Georgia. I represent a very conservative district in Georgia, and I've had nothing but positive feedback, very positive feedback here in the state for the medical cannabis bill.
We have the ability to look at the states around us and across the United States and determine what's worked and what hasn't worked. My hope is that we come out with a better bill than what we might have had last year with House Bill 885. I think we can get a better bill. I think we can probably help more people. The urgency is now.
We have to do our duty in the legislature to fix this for these families. The most frustrating part was getting so close. Every piece of legislation has to go through so many hoops and hurdles before it ever reaches the floor for a vote. That process takes a long time. And when you get so close to a victory, frankly, it would have been a great victory for the children of Georgia. It's disheartening. It's a gut punch. It hurts.
Most of these children have been having seizures for an extended period of time, and every time they have a seizure, it does a little more damage to their brain. And so that's why the sense of urgency was there, that we needed to do something now. I literally went on the Senate floor and begged the Lieutenant Governor. I begged this particular senator who had held it hostage, and they refused. Now, I think in hindsight, most folks realize that that was a big mistake, and that should have never happened.
I think the most frustrating part was seeing this House of Representatives lead in a very strong way, taking a new idea, passing it with overwhelming support, and then having the bill kind of get caught up in the legislative process and not become law. You know, that was very frustrating to me. And it was emotional for one reason: hope. These families had hope. This was a real priority for the House. The Senate had other priorities. And I think that, at the end of the day, was what prevented the measure from passing last year.
This is not the legalization of a recreational drug. This is a new form of medicine that can save people's lives, that can give them a better quality of life. And I cannot for the life of me understand why anyone would be against helping a fellow citizen, another human being, if indeed we can.
It's incumbent upon our society and us as individuals to seek remedies for those that are in need. That is what representing the people is about. And when you take that oath, you don't take the oath to represent the Republicans or the Democrats or the Libertarians or the Tea Parties or the able or the disabled. You take that oath to represent everyone. When you say who opposed it, it passed the Senate 53-0. That is the great frustration in what we do as legislators when you know what's right, you know what's good, you know what's beneficial, and sometimes you can't get it done.
We have to do something that doesn't turn our law-abiding citizens into criminals. And if they came back to Georgia and we don't have a law that addresses the need, that's what we're going to do. These are not criminals. These are families that have nowhere else to go. These are families that need medicine for their children. Plain and simple.